Hello YouTube, this is the Blue Eyes channel, and this is actually one of my first videos. Um, there's no like video editing or anything because a few reasons. One, I need to learn how to use like Adobe Premiere Pro, get into that, and then also working on either finding like non-copyrighted music to go with like titles and stuff using Adobe After Effects, which I'm also learning how to use. Just a few things that I'm working on. My voice isn't really that clear right now. I don't know why, but um, the story is I made one video on that YouTube channel, and then like it was a Wygo Pro video of Blue Eyes against some kind of deck. Um, anyways, it was the only video I made, and then I didn't think that the channel would have a chance because I don't know, I just didn't feel like it was gonna go anywhere until I logged back in and found 140 subscribers. And to a lot of people that sounds, really, really small, but to me, for not making like any more videos and just, having that channel out there, it really means a lot. So I'm gonna start making videos of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. This is my top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh decks that I like using. They're fun and they're competitive. So let's get started. The top deck, number 1 on the list is, and you guys could probably already tell based on the channel name, is Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is a very popular, well-known deck for a couple reasons. One, the champ used it, the 2016 champ, Shunsuke Hayama, I think that's his name, used Blue Eyes in the champ, and I think that it was pretty cool. Blue Eyes has been well known for ages, since the time Yu-Gi-Oh came out, like when Seto Kaiba brought out Blue Eyes White Dragon. And so, and I think it's pretty cool how they go with Archetype. It mainly involves a lot of Xyz and Synchros. Fusion. Eventually, I'm gonna stop using Fusion because it just slows the deck really, really down. Like, honestly, if I'm just relying on, except for Twin Burst because it doesn't rely on poly, you just have 2 Blue Eyes. So essentially, you could have like Blue Eyes Alternative, White Dragon out, and then bring that out. You could trade in so you use Melody to send a piece, to send a card. Typically, I'd use like the stones, the White Stone of Ancient or White Stone Legend, just to get Blue Eyes, but also send and bring stuff out. And then either overlay like 2 Blue Eyes or fuse 2 Blue Eyes. And, pretty quick summoning method. Some of the cards I use are Galaxy Eyes Full Armor, Prime, number 38, number 48, this, and this I use. I'm gonna eventually stop using it. Kind of slows the deck down. It's meant to go with Azure Eyes because you can just bring out like all Blue Eyes once you send them to the graveyard, and then overlay. It's something. I thought Gimmick Puppet Leo would be a good idea because, well, Blue Eyes is mostly spell cards, so you're not going to have much of a backfield, and you can win in like 3 turns if your opponent doesn't do anything, so it's really stressful. Second favorite deck is Flower Guardians. Now, this deck isn't really well known. It's actually in the anime of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, and I've just been chain watching like all the episodes. I'm almost done. I think around episode 60 is when the Flower Guardians are introduced. It's based off of a Japanese game called Hanafuda or something like that. Hanafuda cards or something like that. I can't pronounce it right now. But essentially it involves swarming the field for like a big synchro summon, as big as you can get it. It's crazy. And how it works is you bring out something like where is it? Flower Cardian with Pine, and then you just bring it out, then you can draw cards as you bring stuff out, and you just keep drawing stuff, and then just keep playing it. Just eventually swarm in the field of 5, and then synchro for a 5,000 attack point monster synchro that can, once per turn, during the other player's turn, if your opponent activates a spell or trap, you can negate it and destroy it. So, it's one of my favorite decks. It's fun. I like the whole storyline. It feels like it has really good tradition to it. Really nice, in my opinion. And my third favorite deck is going to be Aqua Actresses. Now, this deck is not really exactly competitive, but more fun. This deck is actually used in the anime in Arc 5. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's used by one of Yuya's friends. I'm not going to say who because I don't want to spoil it. And also, please don't spoil it down in the comments. I will delete it for people who don't want to be spoiled and are just waiting to find a way to watch the anime. Going on the usual website or whatever. Essentially what they do is you bring out Aqua Actresses, you bring out these cards called Aquarium cards, which heavily support your Aqua Actress monsters. You bring out the backfield, and that's what it does really. It just keeps bringing out backfield stuff. Obviously, you don't want to take this to a tournament because, pro duelists will have like Twin Twister or, Solemn Warning or, pro cards like that, commonly used cards. So, if you want to run Aqua Actresses, don't take it to a tournament. I don't recommend it. It's more for fun against other friends. My fourth favorite deck is Triple D's, which is also Different Dimension Demons. Famously used by Declan Akaba in the anime. I watched dubbed because I would watch sub, but my eyes, they blur at night, so it's hard to read the subtitles. Otherwise I would. I know friends who watch subbed. Anyways, they heavily involve like backfield as well, known as contracts. You essentially pay like 1,000 life points, but like essentially you bring out fusion support like Oracle King Dark. They're based off of historical kings and stuff. Yes, a lot of them are pendulums. So like it's a heavily pendulum support deck. If you don't know what Triple D's are, a lot of people do. Either from watching the anime or seeing other people do it. Or if you're like on Wago Pro, I'm sure you've seen somebody use Triple D's before. It's a pretty common deck. I wanted to actually make this exclusively to me because I was one of the first of my friends to like know about it from Wago Pro. And then when it came out, everyone was just buying structure decks, and unfortunately, I don't have the slimes yet, and it's actually heavily necessary because it's good for fusion summoning really quickly. This deck involves fusion, synchro, Xyz, and pendulum, all forms of summoning except for ritual summoning. You could add ritual support. I mean, it's an all fiend deck, so yeah. And the fifth and final deck, which I'm actually trying to complete right now, but almost there, is Lunalights. My friend actually introduced this deck to me by constantly beating me with it. It was crazy. It involves pendulum and fusion summoning. Mainly the fusion. There's not a lot of pendulum. There's like only 2 pendulum cards, and that's the Lunalight Wolf. and Lunalight Tiger. And so, like, the fusion, the main guy, or I should say girl, is Lunalight Leo Dancer. And she has 3500 attack, and it's meant to attack multiple times and just deal as much damage while attacking. It's dumb. It's just meant to just deal damage. Like, it's really bad. I've been able to actually defeat my friend's Lunalight deck with my Blue Eyes deck because I would have Twin Burst, and Leo Dancer says it cannot be targeted by or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So it's a 3500 attack point monster. It can attack twice, and if you have like where is it, Lunalight Blue Cat, and you find him with special summon, you can double Leo Dancer's attack to like 7,000, and then attack twice. Yeah, it gets broken. There's a way to give it Pierce too if you had like Lunalight Wolf as a monster, but it's just a lot of fusion summoning stuff. There's Lunalight Cat Dancer, Lunalight Panther Dancer, and Lunalight Leo Dancer. It's a pretty straightforward archetype. So yeah, that's it for my top 5 favorite decks. Now, I'm not saying that I don't know any more decks. I know a lot more decks like Ignite, Super Heavy Samurai, Six Samurai. I know a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh decks. I don't know them all probably, but I know a lot of them. I'm familiar with a lot of them. So, yeah. If you guys have any suggestions of what kind of video I should make next, please let me know. Thanks for watching.